So how has your student population at Tanzania grown over time?
Um, it has not been, the population has not been growing in a geometrical progression, rather arithmetical. Gradatim, gradatim, the Latins say, step by step. But assuredly, these years, from 2007, when we got the license from the federal government of Nigeria, till now, the population has been growing, but not in a galloping speed. The reasons are obvious, one of which should be taken as the cost of sending a child to a private university. It's far more, sometimes twice the cost going to say ordinary public university. So it has been going from about 400 we began with to 1,000 plus, and now our target is 2,500. That's what we have at hand. If you add up also the part-time students, you may be striking 3,000. We are very careful with the number, because sometimes when the number increases astronomically, the quality of education may degenerate.
So you actually answered a second question there, so that's good. The next question would be, what role does the Tanzania University play in the lives of its students?
Tanzania University is one with a difference, because there is a model, we have it before us. Of course, you know, when something is in the planning stage or in the developmental stage or nascent, you may not yet have all the fruits accruing from that thing. So, we have a model, Blessed Cyprian Michael Iwenetansi, a priest here who went to Britain, precisely Leicester, in Leicester, and entered a monastery, Mount St. Bernard Abbey Monastery. Then there he stayed from 1950 to 1964, 14 years before he died. He lived austere life, a highly principled individual, very devout and devoted. And so, from there you get the roots of what benefits the students would derive when they come to Tanzania University. Tanzania University is among first-class universities in terms of academic excellence, as well as moral rectitude, as enshrined in the motto of the university, Scientia potestas et virtus. Knowledge is power and virtue. So the students already, from the very first year, they are taught that reuse of knowledge they get in Tanzania University will help them to possess power. Power has so many ramifications, but we always accentuate the dimension of power to do good, not power to do evil, not power to dispossess people of their property, not power to bully others, but rather power to do things of excellence. So that power, knowledge is power, is from Francis Bacon, a 18th century philosopher, who was on the forefront of saying, look, if you possess power, if you possess knowledge, you have access to power. But if you are an ignoramus, you don't know your left, you can't distinguish your left from your right, you are not likely to have power. That's Francis Bacon. Then knowledge is virtue. It's from Socrates, ancient philosopher, who was all the time put it across the leaders and even the youth in particular, that knowledge is virtue. There's no way you can be knowledgeable about an issue and still falter. So, proper knowledge of the given will prepare somebody to doing good. Why? Because those who do evil or do bad things, they do those things sub ratione bonitatis, under the aspect of goodness in that thing. Somebody who wants to steal is stealing so as to fill his stomach, so as to have food to eat, so as to have wine to drink, so as to have good house, so as to have good, better vehicle. He sees it from that aspect and steals. But Is that the way to get that money to do all that? No. The answer is no. Not by stealing. So when you are really knowledgeable, you cannot but be a virtuous man. So that's from where the motto was coined. Knowledge is power and virtue. The students, therefore, are taught in the first year. Is a course I personally teach. In that course, I try to orient them to the two-dimensional aspects of knowledge. Power, particularly in Nigeria, where power is is a hot cake. Everybody is clamoring for it. That's the best way to get employed, get into politics and all that. And also virtue. We shall transform Nigeria by teaching our students, when you get into power, it's not power to siphon away the money belonging to everybody. You siphon it away, put it into your own private pocket. It's not the power in politics to cause all sorts of evil, kill people, kidnap people, and so on. That is not what we mean by power. It is rather to be a virtuous politician, for example, to be a virtuous man or woman in the world. That's the basic thing, the most fundamental we are inculcating into the minds of the young students. There are others, of course, in the academic aspect, like sound knowledge, the lecturers and professors coming into the class with the right stuff. By so doing, you produce students who are marketable all over the world.
It's a very good answer. Just start this over.